What the fuck is up? The first episode of Ride, Climb, Drink. I'm super excited to finally get this started. A long time coming, so much content to bring to you guys. So if you like climbing boulders, if you like drinking beer, if you like riding bikes, then follow along. But let's just jump right into the climbs. This is a V4 out at Alta Boulders up on the slab wall. I love slab. Slab is like super technical most of the time, and so you really just have to think about your footwork, your body positioning, and it's more of like a mind challenge and then trusting those damn feet. Though this one, the feet holds were pretty good, and so were the hand holds. It was just really taking my time. This was the flash go, so kind of just filling out the holds and figuring out where I wanted to go with it. Though super fun climb. I mean, I love slab. Slab is super dope. I'm a slab slut. All about it, mainly because I lost so much upper body strength, so it's easy just to hop on the slab wall and then rely on technique instead of these muscles. But we'll see. I'm hitting the gym, so hopefully with some of these pull-ups, I'll be rocking it and then pulling hard on some overhang. Speaking of overhang, on to the next one. This was a V4 at Alta Boulders in Chandler, Arizona. Super fun start because it has these pinches, and I am so freaking horrible at pinches, and so I love jumping on the climb where I get to practice that fucking shit because I need to get better at it for sure. I probably should have climbed this a lot more than I did. I jumped on it a few times, but if I really want to get that shit down, I need to. And then I throw in this like super awkward crab leg heel hook. I have no idea if people did that and if that was the intended beta, though I'm getting better at heel hooks, and so of course I'm going to throw it in wherever I can because it just feels so good and it feels so nice to get better at heel hooks. So I'm throwing it in wherever the F I can. I'm eyeing up this kind of little Waco hold up on the ceiling, and there's, if you look, you could see these two footholds that you could really do it statically if you really wanted to, but why? Like, why are you going to go statically if you could just jump and dyno to the next hold? You know what I'm saying? So I'm eyeing it up, and I feel good, and I shoot, and I go for that. And it wasn't that bad of a hold, so it all worked out in the end. Though I mess up and put my wrong foot up to the next hold. This finish was super awkward to kind of match on in the getting that foothold. And so when I got it, super stoked. I love me some overhang, plus some overhang with a horizontal dyno. That's dope. 10 out of 10. This climb right here. So I posted this climb before with some janky beta that I came up with, but it worked. I got the send, I got the top, I got the climb. So it all worked out at the end, though it was so awkward. And so that was my first attempt, trying to really toe down on that climb. And then I'm like, okay, that's not it. Maybe I'm supposed to dyno to this big ass hold to the left. There's so much chalk on there. And it felt like a really good hold. And so I'm like, why don't I just jump for it? Plus, if I can dyno something, I'm going to dyno something. It's just fun. And so I just give it so many attempts, and it's not working out. I don't even come close. And so I had to ditch that effort, and I had to accept the fact that I'm going to have to go statically, which was a major bummer. I hit up the static again, and then I get these little three fingers on that big ass hole to the left, and I hold it and I toe down so freaking hard on that start hold, which is like super slopey, and there's like these little tiny ridges on that hold on the top where you can catch an edge and really kind of dig that toe into it. Though my toes, as you may have seen, are shit. So towing down is really hard. Here's the thing. So it turns out it was supposed to be a dyno all a frickin' long. So I ended up catching someone else do this climb, and I completely stole the beta. And when I saw it happen, I was just like, dude, you freaking idiot. But how was I supposed to know? Who is supposed to just automatically do this move right here? The freaking toe catch, man. The toe catch. It was so clean and it felt so good, and it was 100 times easier than doing the beta that I did. This is a V4 on the slab wall at Alta Boulders in Chandler, Arizona. You know me, I love slab, total slab slut, all about it. So technical and so fun, especially if there's volumes involved. It's a love-hate relationship for sure. Though this move right here, jumping up, into the like kind of Gastoni type of move. I don't know. It's just a little fun, little different, because you really have to trust it, or else you're going flying off, you know? Then from here, so I did this climb before, but I didn't record it. So I'm like, okay, let me just jump on the wall again and get a video. Though I completely forgot the beta. Slab is so technical, and you have to do it in the correct sequence, or you're not gonna get it. And so this is a instance where I just get ahead of myself and I start reaching too far out, and I want to go to the farthest foot possible. Though no, I have to remind myself, take it slow, do this technical slow-y climb, stop skipping holds. So I find the right foothold, technically left in this instance, trust the foot, and then just pull hard on that left side pull. And then I get it. Whoop whoop. Dude, this climb right here was a pain in the freaking ass. So much fun though, so much fun. It's so weird. The climbs that I hate are really climbs that I love, because it pushes me so much. It pushes me and it challenges me so much that I hate it. Though when I finally get it, I love it, and I just feel so excited and so accomplished, and it feels great. This is one of those climbs. So I'm working it, and I haven't put too much time into it really. I kind of just hopped on it, and then homeboy comes up, some random dude. I have no idea who he is. He just hits me up. He's like, dude, do you mind if I hop on this climb with you? I'm like, sure, what's up? He's like, my name's David. I'm like, well, yada, 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 cool, cool, cool. So homeboy David jumps on it, and David just cannot even get the start. I'm like, come on, bro. Get your shit together, David. And so he's really struggling to get the first move. Though for myself, I got the first move down pretty good. It was just a matter of jumping up to the stupid pocket. And for me, it's a big move. I really have to go dynamically and really stretch. Though David finally gets that first move down, and he can just fucking tall man that shit and just reach up to that pocket, and he has no freaking issues. And so now I'm like hating David. I'm like, dude, this fucking asshole comes, jumps on my climb, and he's gonna send it before me? Such a dick move. David is on to the next move now, the pocket, which turns out to be like the real crux of the whole freaking climb. As for myself, I'm still struggling to get up to that pocket. I just cannot get it. It's just like such a big move for me, and I have to kind of like dead point it. Is that the right terminology? I have no idea. But for David just hops on. He's got the first move dialed in, and so now he's just jumping on, going to that pocket, and he's now struggling on this next climb. Finally, dude, finally, I freaking nail that pocket, and I don't know how, but I nail it, and then, okay, yeah, so I dab here, but I'm like, okay, I finally got this pocket, who cares? I just need to figure out the next beta, because if David's already here, I need to get on to the next move. We're going back and forth, of course, and David had like the funniest falls, man. Every single time he could just have like, he could be like 2 inches off the ground and he hits the mat and fucking rolls and does like a flip. I have no idea where David is at this point in my life. Though it was pretty fun climbing with him. Okay, so here is a look at the left foothold that we were trying to stand on while trying to figure out that pocket move. We were trying to do like a swap, like a pocket swap. Dude, it's the slippery side of the dual text. Dude, how sadistic and how messed up is this route setter that they put the smallest, slipperiest hold on that edge of the volume? Psychopath. So that's what we're trying to stand on our left foot, and then this is the pocket that we're going to, nothing too small, but it's a decent size. So I got to clean this bad boy up because I'm feeling good about this next go. And so I get up to the pocket now, and I almost nail it. I almost get the swap. I try to do it slowly, and no, it did not work. And so I'm just like, freaking beat. I'm tired from giving this a couple of goes, and so I peace out with David, tell him, see you next time. Maybe you'll see this on TikTok someday, and you can steal the beta. Fast forward to months later, the climb's not even on the wall. Sorry, but here's the beta, David. I come back another day, and I had this thought. What if? So I jump on the wall. So got the first move dialed in still. And then I almost lose it because it's like really bouncy move, but I almost lose it. And then I had the dead point to that pocket, and I almost lose it again, dude. But dude, the freaking toe hook. How did I miss the toe hook? And that swap was like so freaking easy once you get that toe hook because you got that like leverage and the way you have your body position is just like piece of cake, man. Why didn't we do that? Sometimes when you finally get the beta, it's like, why didn't I not think of that? And then the climb's like so smooth. You could struggle so freaking much on a climb, but once you dial in that beta, it's just like piece of cake. Like, dude, it goes from this is freaking sandbag to this is so freaking soft. And then once you had that right hand on the pocket, standing on that left foothold wasn't too bad at all. And then after that, the climb was kind of cake, but you're still a little bit nervous because that left foot wasn't the greatest, and my Sportivas, the toes are complete shit at this point. But I was able to get it. This was one of those climbs where it felt so freaking good to finally get it. It was a V5 on the slab wall at Alta Boulders in Chandler, Arizona. 10 out of 10. More slab for you. I'm going to have to title this video something about slab because it's just like so many slab videos in this video. There's just so many slab sends in this video. So maybe, should I name it slab sends? I don't know. Something about slab. Anyway, this was one of those climbs where the first part of the climb, like you can get, and then it's just that last part, and then you never get it. That's what I thought was going to happen, is because there's so many climbs where I just get so far, but I just cannot get the last finishing move, and then it never goes. And it's just one of those, the wells that got away. This is a V6 at Alta Boulders in Chandler, Arizona. And this first move is so much fun. It's just like the toe catch. Coordination stuff is always fun, you know? You just feel cool when you do it, when you dial it in. And then just, you know, slow and steady, getting your body weight over. And okay, so these volumes, this finish hold right here is the one that I just didn't think I was ever going to get. There's just no foot chip or anything on that volume at the bottom. And so you really have to put the pressure on and trust that you're not going to slip and go face freaking first into the corner of that top volume. But if you're going to get on it, you just got to trust it or else it's not going to go. So I put on my body weight and I slowly start rocking up. And towards the end, I get so nervous trusting my weight on there. And I reach up and I grab it. Got the send. Super exciting stuff, man. I was so excited to get that. Did I say it was a V6? It's a V6. I did not think I was going to get it. I was pretty pumped. It's not like I projected it a lot, though. It was one of those things where I just didn't think I was going to get that finish. And I got the finish. I somehow ended up at Focus Climbing Center in Mesa, Arizona, but it was at the end of the day, and so I was so freaking tired from work, and I went climbing that morning, so I was pretty exhausted. But I was scoping out this V4, and I see all these extra holds, and I'm like, dude, like, what? And I see the start, and I eye it up. I'm like, dude, I'm just going to try to dyno from the start to this big juggy hold on the roof. So I hop on, and it goes. If I could dyno something, I'm gonna try to dyno. It's just so much fun, like why not? And then from there it was just the roof. And dude, I miss the roof climbing at Focus so much. It's just so horizontal. It's just so much fun. The route setting there is so cool. Then it's just move to move to move till you get to the top, and such a fun send. Insert applause. This is a V4 at Focus Climbing Center in Mesa, Arizona. A roof climb, dude, I love the roof climbs here at Focus Climbing Center so much. It's just so flat and horizontal. There's so much tension and core strength to be up on that wall. And then the dyno, dude, horizontal dynos are so much fun because you're just like jumping backwards and then the swing. It's just something about it. Fun, interesting climbs. You know you're going to get that for sure at Focus. And then just, you know, strategic foot placement and going up to the top. At that point, I don't know how I was getting these climbs. I was so freaking exhausted that day. I was like flashing these climbs and I was surprised because how tired I was. Though The good times could not last forever, of course. I eyed up this V5. I was like, dude, this looks pretty fun. And so I hop on it. And the start was dope because you jump up to this like little toe hook type thing. And then super powerful undercling match. And then I eye up a dyno. At least that's how I read it. I'm reading everything as a dyno. And I go for it, and I just did not have the grip strength to hold onto that pinch, and it was so freaking annoying because I feel in my heart that if I went in fresh, it was gonna go. Though I'm never gonna see this climb again. So I give it a couple goes, and I just keep falling at that dynamic move. But it just felt fun. It felt fun. Oh well. This is a V5 on the big wall at Focus Climbing Center in Mesa, Arizona. I love this wall so much because, first of all, especially if you come up straight from that roof section, it's just such a long boulder. And by the time you get to the top, you're so pumped, but you're at the very top at 18 feet, and they have like such like big moves sometimes where you have to trust it and then just go with confidence. Though at the same time, it's so hard because you look down and you look like you're so high up and you don't want to fall. It's like you're doing kind of like a high ball indoors. It's such a blast, such a mind fuck once you get to the top of that wall. So you start off super low, and there's like this little undercling crimp that I think you're supposed to go to, but F that. I tried it a couple times. It was just so hard. I don't know if I was just pumped and tired from the day, though I just could not get it. So I'm like, freaking forget that. Let's just skip it. So I do this big left-hand cross, and it worked out. So whatever. And then there's like a cool heel hook that you don't even get to see because the camera angle, but I got a little heel hook in there. I'm just a heel hook climber nowadays. What takes this climb from a good to a freaking great is this dyno right here. Anytime you sneak in a dyno, I'm gonna love it. It's just fun. So you throw yourself out there, and then you do this big swing campus move, and then get the heel hook on there. And dude, these fucking green grape ass holds, they're so slopey but crimpy at the same time. If you catch them at the right spot, you can get it like a little finger crimp at one of the little bubbles. But at the same time, they're so slopey that you don't get like a good crimp, you know what I mean? And me being the dumbass that I am, I didn't brush it whatsoever. So it's so like greasy, though I somehow managed to hold on to it. And so I'm feeling pretty good. And at this point, I don't want to fall because I'm towards the top. I mean, who wants to fall ever? That's dumb of me to say. Dude, I just go for the end, and of course the top is super good because it's just like whatever. But dude, I swear, if that was like a slopey finish at the end or a crimp, I don't know if I would have got that. I need to climb at Focus more often, but they need to open up earlier. This last climb is such a freaking banger, man. I loved it so much. This is one of those climbs where I hated it. Hated it, hated it, hated it. I didn't think I was ever going to finish if my life depended on it. Though the love and support and encouragement from a special guest climber got me through to the finish. So thank you. This is a V6 climb at Alta Boulders in Chandler, Arizona. It's not the full slab wall, but it is a slabby climb with two dynamic moves. So much fun. This first dynamic move is kind of like a soft dyno. Just such a soft, delicate dynamic move. It's just like, ah. Just you have to go with just the right amount of power to catch that arete. Because there's no hold on that arete. It's just you got to have the right amount of pressure and just grab it. Then you work your way up that volume hoping not to slip. And then the next move is a blind dyno to a really good jug, but it's blind. I tried to peek my way around, and then it's not too bad. I thought that was going to be the crux, that blind dyno, but it was like super smooth and really kind of easy to get once you nailed it and you knew where to go. Though this freaking move was the crux, man. I hated it. It was the death of me. It is almost a vertical volume. Okay, I might be exaggerating, but the angle is complete shit. And there's only like a little like 3-inch section. I mean, 3 inches is a lot for the record. So maybe I shouldn't complain, but there's like a 3-inch section on the corner of that volume that you could really get a good amount of rubber on. You really got to rock your body up onto that hold and kind of somehow manage a way to stand up on there, which seemed like freaking impossible to get. It's just such an awkward like volume to try to stand on because there's like no good hands at the top. That volume up there is just like I could not get any friction on. And so you really got to try to maneuver your way around to stand up on this volume. And I kept trying and failed attempt after failed attempt. This was one that was eating at me that I didn't think I was ever gonna get. I somehow catch a good right toe, and I figured, dude, okay, so that's the beta. And so I catch this toe, and I figure I gotta pistol squat my way up to the top. And it's just such a weird, awkwardy angle that you have to balance on because you're trying to stay lean forward, so obviously you don't fall back. But at the same time, you gotta stand up. It's just so weird and so freaking exhausting. It just takes so much out of you trying to stand up. And dude, okay, so I show up one day, and I told you it's a blind dyno, so it's really hard to see the jug. But come on, dude. Okay, debate. Is leaving a tick mark more of an asshole move than giving someone unsolicited beta? In my opinion, it is because leaving a tick mark is such a selfish climber move. If you leave it, okay, if you got to do a tick mark because you have a blind dyno and you want that additional help, cool, that's good. I mean, do what you got to do to get the send. I don't care. I'm not judging. What I'm saying is if you leave it up there for someone else to clean up after you and clean off and brush off, it's just like so inconsiderate to another climber. Though if you're giving someone beta and if you don't know, because not everyone knows, but if you don't know and you give someone beta unsolicited, you do it with good intentions. You're like trying to help. So it's like a helpful asshole move. Whereas if you leave a mess for someone to clean up, this is like going to a restaurant and then leaving such a big ass mess for your server and thinking, oh, it's their job. They'll take care of it. I mean, it's whatever. I'm not that upset about it. At the end of the day, I really don't care. I'm just fucking around. Okay, so here's the reality. I should have left it. Dude, I should have left that tick mark because dude, that was I completely biff it and miss it. That's what I get for clean it. That's what I get for cleaning it off. So I dial that move back in, and we're good. And then now I'm back to the true, real struggle of trying to stand up on this impossible volume. Though I get it, I finally dial in a move to where it feels good, to where I feels comfortable to kind of balance and put my weight on there and then move my hands around. And I reach the arete. And deep down, I'm thinking, please, let there be friction on my hands. Let me pull myself up. And so I start to pistol squat my way up while side pulling and getting that compression and moving my way up little by little. In the top, the finish hold is in my sights, and I'm so freaking pumped and excited. And I go for it, and I go too soon. It happens. Sometimes you try to finish too soon. It's a problem. It happens to a lot of climbers, honestly. If it happens to you, don't feel bad. Just take a break and then go again in another 5-10 minutes. So heartbreaking. I try to go again and I'm just like completely wiped. And then I end up getting hurt because I'm just not being careful. Dude, that hurt so bad. These volumes are so dangerous. They're like cold-blooded killers. And yeah, I just don't have it in me. It's whatever. I'm exhausted at this point. I am completely beat. It's just time for me to go home at this point. Call it a day. If they reset it it's done, whatever. I can't do it anymore. But dude, enter our guest climber, Elle Ascends. If you see her on TikTok, if you see her on Instagram, give her a follow. She's super cool. So she shows up. She's not a dynamic climber. She claims, but check this move out. Dude, she does the dyno and sneaks in this freaking toe hook at the very end. Such a high IQ move. And so she nails it. And then she has to figure out the rest of the climb now. And yeah, okay, so that blind dyno is not as easy as it looks. Shout out to Ella Sands also for filming this climb. It's so nice to have someone film climbs for you. So I nail the first dyno. Feeling good. Nail the second dyno. Feeling even better. Okay, and so now the crux, the one I fell on constantly. So I rock myself up there, and I'm like, okay, cool, I didn't fall. So far, so good. And now the struggle. But I feel pretty solid, and I'm feeling around, and I finally catch this left toe on the corner of the volume, and it sticks enough to where I can balance myself. I have the tiniest little bit of friction on that toe on the left, and it gives me just enough to reach out to the right and catch that arete. And it slips, but who cares? I have my fingers on that arete. I'm able to get my left fingers on the left side, and I start standing up slowly, slowly, ever so slowly. Because in the back of my mind, I get flashbacks of me going too soon, trying to finish too soon, and me just falling. So I'm like, okay, be careful. Take that arete move up just a little bit further. And so I start standing up. And I finally feel so confident to go up to the right, and I freaking nail it. So exciting, so exciting. So thank you to our special guest climber, Ella Sens, for being there, for the encouragement, for the support, for the film. For the send. Thank you so much for checking out this first video. I'm so excited to finally get this channel going. Long overdue. So yes, we are in the beginning stages of this channel. So much to grow, so many adventures, so many climbs, so many rides to share with you. And so yeah, these first few videos I'm just going to be sharing some past climbs that I've done, and then I got some cool like different climbing gyms that I've been to, going out to Vegas, going out to Salt Lake City, going out to, where else did I go? Up in Albuquerque. Lots of stuff coming your way. So thank you. If you like climbing, if you like riding bikes, if you like drinking beer, follow along for sure. Hit that subscribe, hit the like. You know the drill by now, right? Unless is this your first time on YouTube? If this is your first time on YouTube and you're watching this video, then dude, you have to subscribe, right? But yeah, I'll catch you next time.